Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Tiger Woods shot 2 over in yesterday's first round of the Masters. Tiger currently tied for 54th, but says that in the second round, he's going to look to, quote, inch his way back. Shannon, what did you make of Tiger's first round?
Well, Skip, I thought I thought he held it together pretty well. I didn't expect him to be under par. He had only played once since July before the Masters, and he looks a little rusty. He's older now, and his body's even more battered. He struggled on the front nine, bogeyed 3, 5, and 7, and he had 5 bogeys and 3 birdies on his card. Bogeyed the last hole. Could have had a really nice round had he not bogeyed the last hole, Skip. And he says, the pain. He said the pain is constant. This is what we know, Skip. It's kind of like working out. When you don't work out for a long time, that first day you get a little sore, but it's that delayed onset, DOMS. It's that second, it's that third day, if he's able to make the cut into Saturday, where the body, because he hadn't put it through that, the body remembers what it used to do, the swings and all that stuff. But Skip, he hadn't been on the course. He hadn't had to walk and go through what he went through. Remember, he's in the bunker and he's trying to stabilize himself, and he hopped a couple of times. He knows what everybody else sees. I'm never going to be the same Tiger. My body's not going to be the same again. And he's trying to pick and choose. Of course, as you said, he's very, very familiar with this course. But even familiarity, Skip, when you don't do something I guarantee you, Jeff Gordon, you take Jeff Gordon. He hadn't driven a car in 7, 8 years since he retired. He knows Daytona. What's the likelihood you put him in a car and he going to go win? Even if you give him his former crew, what's the likelihood he get in that car and drive it around and win Daytona? It just doesn't happen like that, Skip. You got to do this. And golf is a sport, Skip. Man, my brother say, man, I hit it great today. Man, I shot 68. Go back out there tomorrow, man, what you shot? 75. Bro, you just shot 68. How the hell you shoot a Man, hey, yesterday ain't got nothing to do with today. Ain't got nothing to do with today.
82.
So, and that's what Tiger's up against, Skip. He just cannot, his body won't allow him to put the practice time in, what he needs to be. I'm not saying he won't ever be that Tiger Woods that we knew that burst on the scene. We're never going to see that guy again, Skip. But I thought all in all, he held it together really well, because this round could have really got away from him.
I agree with your last statement. I take some issue with some of your other statements.
Okay.
Really, if you look hard at his MO over the last 5 years, he has quit prepping for the majors. He just doesn't play a lot of golf because his body is breaking down in ways that were happening before he nearly killed himself in a car wreck.
Right.
He had one thing after another. We don't have enough show to list all the injuries. Some of them self-inflicted because he'd be running in Army boots because he wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Right.
He had ACL. He tore his Achilles, his elbows, his shoulders. It's just been, his body is Kobe-esque in that it's just fallen completely apart.
Well, it's being held together with chicken wire and electric tape right now, Skip. So.
Okay, it's a miracle he's even playing golf, period.
Yes.
Let alone playing at the Masters.
Competitive golf, yes.
Competitive golf. So let's go back to 2019. He had barely played in 3 tournaments. It's for other guys, you play 6 or 7 or 8, 10 tournaments building up to the Masters. It's like a 6-month ordeal.
Right.
It's like getting ready for a marathon. And he just shows up at Augusta 2019, and he shocks me right out of this chair. He won the golf tournament. What?
Right.
You won the Masters?
Yeah, but that was before he almost lost his life.
Okay, that's before. But he came back last year after nearly losing his life with no tournaments, 0. And he walks out on a course he knows like the back of both hands, and he says, I'll be okay. You will? He made the cut. He's made the cut 22 straight times as a professional. 22 straight times. It's impossibly great.
So is that what you're going to measure him by now? Just making the cut, or is that Tiger Woods that we tell him to us?
Except we all thought going into this tournament, do I give him a shot? Sure, I give him a shot, right? Okay, here's the problem. He had played 1 tournament this year before this, and it was, quote unquote, his tournament out here in Los Angeles at Riviera. It's called Genesis now. It used to be the LA Open.
Okay.
He knows Riviera just about as well as he knows Augusta National. He never played very well because he's never won at Riviera, which I still can't compute.
Right.
But the point was, he played he shows up like nobody in the history of golf could do this. He just shows up. Speaking of your brother, it's just like just showing up, like your brother takes 6 months off and just shows up and shoots 68. Well, you can't.
No.
Except you're Tiger Woods.
Right.
So he shows up, and on the first day, he shoots 69 at Riviera. It's a hard golf course. I know it. I've walked it 1,000 times. He shoots 69, and then on Saturday, what they call moving day, after he made the cut, he shot 67. So he was a credible player at the LA Open. So that was his one preface to the Masters.
Right.
He said going into this Masters, my game is in better shape than it was last year when I made the cut.
Right.
Why? Because he had practiced more. So he doesn't play competitive golf to get ready. He practices his tail off.
Right.
So he had actually over-practiced to me, because when he showed up here yesterday, I was shocked at how much, when I started watching in the afternoon, he was limping like crazy. Now, this is a really hilly golf course.
Yeah.
TV doesn't do it justice.
Right.
Trust me. I've walked this course 100,000 times. It is just over. It's a roller coaster of hills, and it's hard, especially if you've got knee problems or foot or ankle. It's just hard on you. So
And he got that bad back.
He's got a bad back. He's got it's all bad. He was asked after the round, how did that bad leg do? And he said, it's sore. Well, it's sore. Well, it looked bad because at Riviera, he wasn't limping that much.
Right, exactly.
He looked much better at Riviera. And that wasn't that long ago. So that's what shocked me. And now he's got weather issues, because yesterday the golf course was begging for somebody to shoot -7, and that's what
And three
several
people
of them
did, right?
Okay? And Tiger is capable of shooting, 3, 4, 5 under, and he three-putted 3 times on the front, as you point out. He lipped 3 putts, and yet then, because, listen, his drive, his willpower, it's unlike any athlete we've ever. I don't know. I'd put Ali up in there.
Right.
I'd put Jordan up in there, but Tiger's up there. Listen, I'm talking about just being able to focus your mind and say, I'm going to overpower this. To me, golf is the hardest game in the world. To your point, you have to play it well. and he's taunting golf. He's scoffing at golf. I'll just show up and I'm Tiger Woods. I'll figure this out.
Right.
Well, on the back 9 yesterday, he started to figure it out.
Right.
Because on 15, it's the par 5. You can go for it in 2. He had a 27-foot putt. It broke 5 feet from left to right, and he drained it, hit it right in the middle of the cup. That was vintage Tiger.
Right.
He turns right around and goes to the par 3 16th, and he drops it 8 feet, and that pin was way at the front, and he drains that, and he's birdied 2 in a row. He birdied 15 and 16. I'm thinking, is he going to birdie out?
You thinking, here we go.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking, here we go. He missed a birdie putt on 17, and then on 18, he got the worst break you can get. He had a good drive. I think we have a picture of it. But the ball winds up 1 foot to the right of the fairway bunker on the left side of the fairway. Well, if the ball's 1 foot to the right, where are you going to stand, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you don't have a stand. So you got to put one foot way down in the bunker in the sand, and the other one you got to hike it way up on the grass above you. And then you have to choke down on the club and see if you can just duck hook something that'll just run up to the green. And it ran into the green side bunker.
What leg did he have the surgery on? Was it his right?
Right.
It's the one that's
but he was hopping on his left. And he said, I can hop on my left, but I can't hop on my right. Or I got to have big problem. You might need another surgery, right? Because, as he said, I got a whole lot of hardware in there because it's being held together with baling wire. Okay, I don't even know how he's out on the golf course.
Right.
And to your point, in the biggest picture, at the end of the day yesterday, a 74, it's +2, 2 over par. It's not bad.
Right.
I mean, all things considered, it's pretty good, right?
Most guys probably can't take off. Maybe there are a handful, but a majority of the guys, even these top pros, not taking off the amount of time and just showing up at this course and shooting 74.
Trust me, nobody could.
Every guy that's in that tournament other than him, Skip.
You know why? Because they get on the first tee and they would not trust anything about their preparation.
Right.
And once the demon gets in your head, that ball, that little tiny white ball, it doesn't move until you move.
Right.
It's not tennis where, I can just react. He hits it back over the net to me and I hit it back to him. It just sits there on that tee.
Right.
And it just stares up at you like, you going to hit me? You going to hit me solidly or not? And here we go. And as you know, that hole is very small and that ball looks even smaller and it can go sideways quickly. And out on that golf course, There's a whole lot of woods, and there's a whole lot of water, and there's a whole lot of sand.
Man, they put me out there on that they put me on that box skip with all them people around.
That's the problem.
That golf ball looked like a tic tac.
It would. It would look like a tic tac, and it would be taunting you. It would be looking up at you like, I dare you to hit me.
Ain't no way I've hit that ball with all the people around there.
Okay, well, that's the problem. And so now he's got a weather issue because the weather is going to come in today. He's got a late tee time because you go early and then you go late.
Right.
So he's got the basic afternoon tee time. Good luck, because he's going to get the thrust of it. The brunt of the front is going to hit. The temperature is going to drop 20, 30 degrees, and it's going to rain today. And then it's going to get real cold by Augusta standards tomorrow, and it's going to get very windy. How is that baling wire going to do?
He ain't going to do terrible.
And that's if he makes it to Saturday. So, but when Tiger Woods says, I'm going to inch my way back in, I sit back and say, I'm not going to bet against him. I'm not.
I just want to go. I want to go get the food, because the prices hadn't changed in 100 years. They got $1.50 sandwiches and $1.50.
Would you eat one of those famous pimento cheese?
I don't like pimento cheese. I don't do no pimento cheese.
Okay, well, that's the famous
that
one.
It is, yeah. And the peach, the ice cream sandwich. That's peach ice cream.
Peach ice cream.
No. I just want to go try the food one time. I heard the food is great.
Yeah, I read the other day one of the golfers said, one of my friends wanted pimento cheese sandwiches, so I took them back to him. Said I kept them in my suitcase for a couple of days before he retrieved them.
Sound like my sister.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'd be trusting that.
Not pimento. Not no pimento cheese for no couple of days. You got to eat that the same day they make it.
I think
Man,
so.
you talking about food poisoning? What? A couple of days pimento cheese? Nah.
I'm with you. I don't like it in the first place.
I don't like it either. Hell no, not no 2 days, 2 3 days.
No.
Nah.
I'd say you have to eat it in the first few hours of it being made. I wouldn't even give it a whole day. All right, guys. Tiger tees off at 1 Eastern today. We will see how he fares. Let's get back to the association. Joel Embiid. Guys, do you think he might actually be the third best player right now, despite being the MVP favorite?
Yeah.
Let's discuss coming up next.